The HOA tried to erase my family while I was deployed, so I brought the Marines to their door. When I turned the key in the lock, it didn't budge. Not a click, not a catch, just silence. I'd just returned from a year overseas, dust from the desert still caked on my boots, expecting the chaos of my kids running to greet me. Instead, the house stared back, cold and unfamiliar, like it had forgotten who I was. A red sticker glared from the door, property reclaimed. Willow Creek HOA. Unauthorized entry prohibited. I stood there, a Marine Corps major, branded a trespasser on my own porch. That's when I knew this wasn't a mistake. This was war. My name's James Carter, and I'm no stranger to conflict. But nothing prepared me for coming home to find my family evicted, our lives scrubbed clean by a homeowners association that decided we didn't fit their vision of suburban perfection. They thought they could erase us with fines and bureaucracy. They didn't know I'd bring the fight home, and I don't fight clean. The porch was sterile, the flagpole I'd bolted down gone, the light I'd wired myself torn out, leaving frayed cables like exposed nerves. My wife Laura's garden, mulched over, her roses buried under bark. Inside, the garage was a void: tools, bikes, my dad's old wrench set, all vanished. Only Laura's wobbly blue chair remained, abandoned in a corner like a forgotten relic. Upstairs, my son Ethan's room was a ghost town. No posters, no bed, just faint outlines where his glow-in-the-dark stars once shone. I found his model helicopter under a baseboard, missed by whoever sanitized the place. Holding it, I sat on the bare floor, the walls blurring for a moment. This was where Ethan swore he'd build choppers like me. "You're my hero, Dad," he'd said. Now it was all gone. The mailbox spilled over with HOA notices, fines for unapproved decor, visual clutter, and nonconformity. The final letter declared our home, reclaimed for the neighborhood's benefit. I tried calling Laura. Voicemail. Again. Then I saw him, a guy in khakis, sunglasses, and a fake badge, idling in a golf cart with a blinking light. "You live here?" he asked, voice dripping with smugness. "No," I said. "I built it." He froze. "This is HOA property now. You're not authorized." I stepped closer, calm but firm. I held my daughter's hand on this sidewalk, her first steps. I tucked my son into that upstairs window every night before I left. "You want to tell me I don't belong?" He didn't answer, just sped off, tires squealing. Laura appeared that evening, hoodie up, eyes hollow. "James," she said, her voice heavy, like she was pronouncing a sentence. She hadn't wanted me to know. The HOA gave them 72 hours to leave, slapped them with a $15,000 fine for aesthetic depreciation. They'd threatened Child Protective Services, claiming Laura was unfit because I was AWOL. She'd shown them my deployment orders, but they didn't care. The HOA president, Patricia Hensley, called us a risk profile. Across the street, a neighbor's porch light flicked on Mrs. Dawson, who'd once reported our Halloween decorations. I waved. She flinched, and the light went out. Laura pulled out a torn drawing from Ethan's stick figures, a house labeled home, me in uniform. He'd slipped it under the HOA's door after the eviction notice. They'd thrown it in the trash. My fingers curled, ripping the paper further. "Where's Patricia live?" I asked. Laura shook her head. "She's untouchable, James." Lawyered up. I didn't answer. I was already planning. The next day, a khaki-clad HOA contractor knocked, delivering a new violation notice. Threatening conduct, disorderly reentry. "Disorderly," I said, tearing it open. "That a crime now?" He backed off, muttering about civil liability. By noon, signs appeared at the community mailbox. "Suspicious resident alert. Do not approach." My face, grainy and menacing, stared back. I tore one down, snapped a photo, and went to work. I dug into the HOA bylaws, finding a clause buried in an appendix, Emergency Community Response. It was authored by Robert Klein, HOA vice president, a former lawyer with a history of targeting military families. A news article from years back described a Navy vet losing his home to Klein's legal maneuvers. This wasn't random. It was a playbook. Then I visited Mrs. Evelyn Harper, 85, a former board member ousted by Patricia. She handed me a flash drive. "I kept everything," she said with a smirk. "Scorpios don't forget." The drive revealed a campaign called Operation Curb Appeal, a plan to purge non-compliant residents, especially those with military ties. My name was on a spreadsheet, marked Escalate, Document, remove. They'd been waiting for me. I didn't sleep that night, mapping out their charter like a battle plan. Laura caught me at 2 a.m. You're not in a war zone, James. I looked up. This is worse. No rules. I started small, walking the block with a camera, documenting every HOA violation: overgrown shrubs, unapproved paint. Neighbors watched, some curious, some scared. The khaki guy returned with a beefy sidekick. Nice walk, Major, he sneered. I've got 11 violations in 5 houses, I shot back. Want the footage, or should I send it to the state? His grin faded. My lawyer's curious about your policies violating federal military protections. He leaned in. You're not untouchable. I memorized his stance, his weak spots. Game on. I printed flyers, what the HOA hides. A leaked email from Patricia mocked, making a Marine dance to our rules. I taped them to mailboxes, the playground, the HOA clubhouse. Then I rented the community hall for a meeting. 24 residents showed up, tense but curious. Patricia sat in the back, arms crossed, her smile sharp. I played a recording of her voice. Let him throw a fit. We'll bury him by Christmas. The room erupted. Mr. Larson, whose son served, stood. You think this is funny? A mom spoke up. Those signs scared my kids. I handed out violation logs, photos, legal citations. The board's rigging the system, I said. Evelyn stood. I've seen corruption, but this is vile. Patricia's jaw twitched. The crowd turned. 2 days later, a cease and desist letter arrived from Klein, accusing me of defamation. I taped it to my door next to my Bronze Star. Neighbors snapped photos. Then Patricia went nuclear, filing for my emergency removal as a community threat. They thought they'd silence me. They forgot who they were dealing with. The clubhouse meeting was a circus residence in Sunday best, Patricia in a blazer like she owned the room. Klein sat beside her, legal pad ready. She opened with slides, photos of me on my porch, edited to look threatening. This is tactical intimidation, she said. I stood. The Service Members Civil Relief Act protects my family. She cut me off. This is about behavior. You threatened to bring backup. She flashed a fake email, claiming I'd sent it. Evelyn shouted. That's not his writing. I slid an email trace across the table. It's spoofed. Here's proof. The room buzzed. Patricia's smile cracked. Then they crossed a line. Ethan didn't come home from school on time. My porch cam caught 2 HOA contractors stopping him, asking about my plans. One touched his arm. Laura screamed from the porch. I sprinted out, yelling, "Back off my son." They claimed a wellness check. I got in their face. Touch him again, and you'll need a lawyer. Ethan whispered. They said you're dangerous. That night, I punched the garage wall, drywall splintering. Laura iced my hand. They're using our son, I said. She nodded. I made a call. Colonel Nathan Brooks, Judge Advocate General, arrived the next day, polished and lethal. Permission to raise hell, Major? He asked. I nodded. We stormed the HOA office, a beige suite next to a froyo shop. Klein was there, typing like he ran the Pentagon. Nathan dropped his credentials. You violated 3 federal protections for military families. Klein stammered. Patricia arrived, clipboard in hand. This is a closed meeting, she snapped. Nathan smiled. Perfect. Fewer witnesses to your humiliation. Nathan laid it out. Illegal eviction, harassing a minor, ignoring deployment exemptions. He slid a folder across orders, receipts, bylaws. You face federal liability, he said. Klein coughed. What do you want? I leaned in. No fines. Reinstate my family. A public apology. And Patricia's resignation. Gasps. Patricia stood. Absurd. Nathan didn't blink. You evicted a Marine's family during duty. You're lucky it's not worse. A board member spoke up. Is this true? Patricia snapped. I ensured safety. Nathan countered. By forging documents? Klein caved. We're exposed. Patricia's power collapsed. She stormed out, muttering, this isn't over. It wasn't. A black SUV appeared, Safe Suburbs Network decaled on it. 2 guys watched our house, cameras flashing. I knocked on their window. Who sent you? The guy grinned. Neighborhood management. I let them think I didn't know. Then the hits came. Laura's job suspended her over fake fraud claims. Ethan's school got a vandalism report, pure fiction. I told Nathan, she's hitting my family. He sighed. Bait her. I caught a guy photographing our kitchen window. Grabbed his collar, camera clattering. Who sent you? Silence. Patricia? His eyes betrayed her. Cops came. Patricia stepped out of a cruiser, claiming I was erratic. I stared her down. You'll regret this. Ethan saw it all. Am I in trouble? He asked. My heart broke. No. I'll fix this. Then an email erased a photo of Patricia with a sealed envelope. Text read, she's after your discharge file. If she painted me as unstable, I'd lose everything. I drove to base, the forged DD-214 in hand. Dishonorable discharge. Misconduct. A lie, but deadly if believed. Ethan showed me a Facebook post Patricia's words, same fake file. I told Nathan, get the metadata. He traced it to Patricia's laptop, created between baking show streams. At the JAG office, Captain Sarah Mitchell reviewed the files. She posted this? She asked. Tagged the neighborhood page. Sarah's eyes hardened. She's going to jail. We filed for forgery, defamation, cyber harassment. That night, Patricia's assets were frozen, the HOA server seized. At the community meeting, I held up both DD-214s. This fake was shared. This is the truth. Sarah walked in with a court order. You're charged with 3 federal crimes. Patricia lunged, screaming, he's dangerous. Sarah cuffed her mid-sentence. The room cheered. The federal courthouse was icy, packed to the rafters. Nathan opened. A Marine's family harassed, slandered, forged documents to destroy him. The defense called me unstable. Nathan countered with a screen recording Patricia typing the fake DD-214 while I was at Arlington. A witness, former HOA Secretary Linda Voss, confirmed Klein's orders to target us. Neighbors spoke up. She fined my flag for touching a branch. The judge ruled $500,000 in damages, criminal referrals for Patricia and Klein. Patricia hissed, this isn't over. I stood. Now you fight uphill. Movers came for Patricia's office. Deputies boxed evidence. Her HOA tote bag lay in the gutter. Laura stepped out. This street's going to heal. The neighborhood sign changed. Willow Creek. Welcome home. Ethan set up solar lights, his telescope aimed at the stars. Laura found me on the porch. You came back, she said. All the way, I replied. A veteran bought Klein's house, flag flying proud. Evelyn hosted a barbecue, toasting common sense. The mailbox dent stays a reminder of who we were and what we became. A reporter asked if I'd forgive Fesha. 8:51 p.m. plus 07. Wednesday, June 4th, 2025 them. Forgiveness is an ode. Awareness is permanent. Ethan asked, if it happens again, will we fight? I smiled. We'll be ready. We were home, unbroken. They tried to erase a Marine. All they did was remind me why some battles are personal and some wins are forever. What do you think? Have you faced injustice or power abuse in your community? Share your thoughts below. Should we fight back with force or finesse? Let's hear your stand.